So what you're gonna do with these, you're just gonna hold them vertical, just like this, and this is gonna engage, it'll do it automatic now. Boom, boom. This thing lets my nervous system have confidence. David Weck is unprecedented. Just being athletic, feeling good. Hey, David Weck here. I am at Elite FTS. I'm gonna be taking Tom Shepard through some exercises to experience some new training tools and utilize some new training philosophies. First one up is the ProPulse Power Vest. There are spring-loaded weights inside this thing. I invented the BOSU ball. This is gonna be much bigger than the BOSU ball. Because it's a plyometric, come with me, we'll put it on Tom. So, it's a plyometric with more force, because we're hitting, it's not dead weight, it's hitting, so there's more, and then it springs up so you're on the ground less time. And that is the key to power.
Watch the hair.
Yeah, watch the spikes.
Well, that's it here.
The spikes and the spikes. All right, so, and we're going to be spiking the ground force here. All right, so you make that comfortable. Now, make sure you get the facial expression. Now, what we say, just activate, just put your body weight.
That's weird. But you can feel like straight away you're...
Yeah, well, what I love about it is that people with bad knees, okay? My knees hurt, right?
Yeah.
When they jump with the vest, it's hitting it's engaging the body's connective tissue in a manner that makes the response more like fluid. It's like the slime, if you know, the kids on the table, the slime stuff.
Yeah.
If I push it, it just goes right through. But if I hit it, it bounces out. So now, what I want you to do now is I just want you to just jog back and forth over there, all right? And just feel it and play with it. That's it, go. Now, I want you to, describe what you feel.
So it feels like your ground contact time straight away is less, because you can feel like the stretch reflex straight away is just exaggerated, but not consciously. Like, I'm not trying to make my ground contact time less, it just makes you springier in of itself, if that makes sense.
Yes. And so what we're going to do, this is the unique opportunity, is basically we're taking what happens and we're going to align our intent with making what happens happen better.
Yeah.
So every time it clicks, you are off the ground, off the ground, off the ground, all right?
Yeah.
Feel that and just go with it now.
Yeah.
Just sort of ride, get off the ground, off, off, and you're doing head over foot. So you're landing balance, and that's great.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Up. Run normal, just run normal. Good. Run normal with your feet. Don't go side to side the feet. Boom.
Yeah.
Feel that?
Yeah, it's interesting as well, though, because obviously you feel that the weight, it's not weight as such, but on the impact, but it is weightless the rest of the time. So it's like, so people will look at this and think, oh, it's kind of like rucking. Right, but it's not, it's really not, because you only feel the extra force for like that millisecond.
What I would say is it's a very light 12 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's an extremely heavy 12 pounds, and we don't know how heavy it gets for milliseconds.
Yeah.
So, and I'm talking so much force in such a little amount of time that 12 pounds dropping at 12 inches may be spiking up to 180 pounds.
Yeah.
We don't know, so that's not a claim or anything, but it may be that 12 inches of vertical drop, so boom, results in a factor where that little 10 ouncer shoots up to 9 pounds.
I mean, the way
we don't know.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, when you see the reflex test, like patella.
Yes, that's what you want, that through your body.
It basically feels like that, but on every step.
So these, right, these are prototypes. Everything you have on there is a prototype. I invented the BOSU.
I'll look after it. I won't sweat on it.
No. Yeah, that was good. But this right here, when I'm making the real one, these will be factory built. These were made in my lab in San Diego.
Cool.
Right? And these are little handmades in my lab in San Diego.
Same thing, so with the spring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now watch what happens. This is the fun of it. So the weight in there, it it'll bounce out of your hand. Right? So and these are still prototype. I'm always innovating, right? So what you're gonna do with these, you're just gonna hold them vertical, just like this. Don't move your hands.
Okay.
And this is gonna engage, it'll do it automatic. Now, you're gonna feel your hands start to engage because it's gonna be
So
now, ride that engagement. Remember, we want to elicit what your body actually has to do biomechanically. And then we want to marry intent that is correct on what the biomechanical reality of it is. And that's an innovation in fitness. Remember, you're supposed to be straight. You're supposed to not move your spine.
Of course.
Okay, so just hold them here. And just jog. Jog normal. And go. And then amplify what happens in your hands. Good. Now go back and forth with that. Back. Good. Now what I want to do is with me, feel that. Boom, boom. Come like this. Here like this. I want you to think prison stabbing. Here. All right. Hold it in your hand like this. I'm gonna hold it right like that. That's the blade. You're gonna stab it going this way. Stab, back and forth, make a V.
Okay, so
Pop.
there and there.
Close, now watch me. Ready? Prison stabbing.
You've got more experience stabbing people than I do, obviously.
No, I'm wearing the things that makes it harder. So ready? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ready?
Okay.
Boom, boom. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. Here, just do this. Down. There it is. Now, elbows high. See how my elbows go high? Now, relax. There, you feel that? Boom, 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 boom. Now, the key, when we're running, we've always been taught about the Serapi effect. Like, okay, so we need that opposites, right? And that's all true, right? Boom. This lat, that glute, blah, blah, blah. But we also got to understand that the same side matters too. And the same side is my opportunity to spike the ground force. So if I come through and all I do is swing, I didn't spike the force. And then I had to wait for that. I wait for that. That counter where I'm boom. I'm going to get a better flexion when when the arm does it, right? But if I forgo the opportunity when it's coming forward to give me a jolt of force at least, right? Usain Bolt does it with the elbow. Christian Coleman will do it more arms like this. The point is you got to do it if you want to be fast. And jogging, if we watch like a marathoner, watch me, I'm going to run over there. So the marathoner's going to little bounce the arms, right? Efficient. You don't see them, oh, yay, I'm going to run a marathon. My coach, my trainer. So, I gotta make fun of them. You can cut and edit. So now what I want you to do is I'm gonna clear the BOSU ball up there and I want you to get over there. I want you to run normal with your feet. So don't think of like doing anything like that with your feet. Normal with your feet and just ride. See how the head, both hands, boom, 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 boom. That's Deion Sanders. That's Usain Bolt. So when you just run across there, don't race, but let's get across. Go for it. Perfect. Now, don't just do the one, do them both, but you had that.
Okay.
You feel what happened on that same side, right?
Well, yeah, I think almost a good teaching tool, I guess, is when you get it right, you feel the spring. You know what I mean? So like every arm stroke you get right, you feel it punch.
Yes.
Whereas if you get the timing off, it doesn't really, or it's weakened or whatever. So
yes.
Even in like as a teaching tool, in like real time, you're getting like that was good, that was less good, whatever.
Yeah,
So
the positive reinforcement
Yeah.
and the mechanical training, because when I do this, that is really what I'll call an open chain upper body plyometric.
Yeah.
And normally you don't have that.
Yeah.
Right? This is open chain plyo. So I'm learning how to jolt force, because jolted force is fast force.
Yeah.
Pushing is slow. I get tired.
Yeah.
Jolt, right? It has to drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on that same exact thing,
Punch with both.
and there. Beautiful. Beautiful. How's it feel?
I could feel it in both. So like the first time, I could feel it on like contralateral side here.
Yep.
So just, well, not just, but mostly, but that time it was more evenly spread.
Perfect. Because again, the opportunity where it has not been, I guess, really taken advantage of is the understanding that this entire upper quarter of my body, when that side foot is hitting the ground, I have an opportunity to take this mass and boom,
Yeah.
to drop that mass, and my body's gonna do it anyway, right? This is where the intent matters.
Yeah.
All right, so last thing I want to do with the vest is I want you to just do pogo jumps and see if you can take these. And so you're going to be boom,
Punching down as you
boom.
land almost.
It's like you're doing a dip down. It's like you're doing a dip, a dip, a dip, a dip, and you're not doing triceps.
Yeah.
That's triceps, that's dip, dip, dip. Okay. Give that a feel.
So you kind of time the dip as you get the ground
Yes,
contact.
you're
so like
tying.
you're
Yes,
getting
and
extra
hold the pulser just like this.
Yeah. Okay.
So hold it right there
Yeah.
and there. Okay. Feel that? So the reason I hold it there is so that now I can make it vertical.
Yeah.
Feel how you be the athlete, you be the handsy athlete. Says, okay, how am I going to hold it? It has to be like a 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Because if I'm here, then I don't get it.
Yeah.
Right? And when I cock it and I can arrange it in the hands, I can, and that jolt hits the floor, greater ground force.
Yeah.
When we put a force plate down, do it without, do it with. Which force value was greater?
Yeah. This one.
This one.
By a mile, probably.
Significant.
Yeah.
And
the higher you're jumping, the more the difference is going to be, right? Probably, I'd imagine. Because if you're accelerating down for longer, then maybe you get more out of the spring.
Very good. Yeah. Let's put it this way. Every millimeter of vertical matters. Imagine yourself just walking and you didn't realize that there's a 1/4-inch drop.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's night. I didn't realize a 1/4-inch drop.
Yeah.
There's going to be like, oh, Houston, we need to,
Yeah.
there could be a big problem, right? So that the precision of your movement is really what matters. Balance is 100% or it's not balanced,
Yes.
right? Maxwell House coffee, good till the last drop. What happens on the last drop? Why can't we make the last drop as good as all the other drops? I want 100%. Oh, it's supposed to be good. Well, then why won't make the rest of the coffee just as good as the last drop? We need 100%.
Yeah.
So do the pogos where you're just trying to activate.
Okay.
And you're getting off the ground. Boom, boom, up. Woo! Yes, you see at the end there, you're starting to,
Yeah.
your bones are starting to hit.
Yeah, that's...
And it didn't hurt.
No.
Yeah.
But I can feel like my calves and everything are working harder. But that's because the stretch reflex is making them.
Yeah, well, you know what's
contract
interesting?
harder, I guess.
Mark Bell has had one of these prototypes for a while, right? And Mark will have a heart rate response that's, I don't know, 10, 15 beats higher running with that, right?
Yeah.
So his heart's beating 10 beats faster, whatever, I don't know. He feels less effort.
Yeah.
He's working harder as the, okay, it's counting your heart. It's actually beating harder, but it feels easier. Oh, it's that phasic, all, nothing, nothing, all. Sear the steak. Make it nice, right? Don't give me this gray steak. Oh, like, I don't want the gray steak. We spent $110 on that meat to feed 4 of us. Like, what are we doing? Sear the meat. All right, what I want to do now is I want to take you over to the BOSU ball.
All right.
I want to take you over to that device that makes healthy athletes weaker. Oh, that unstable nonsense. We're going to go over to the BOSU ball. Do you like the vest?
Yeah, it's cool. Absolutely.
I will literally just wear it around. And
I can see why it has the effect it does. Cause
pretend that we're at a trade show right now, and I just met my friend Tom here, and he loves this, and he's just ordered 12 of these for his family and team. What I'm going to have him do is I'm going to say, okay, do you want to make $100? If you stand on there for 10 seconds, one leg, you make $100.
Sure.
Okay? The catch is he's got to close his eyes. Now watch what. No,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See, now here, this is all about eliciting the smile. I'm taking you back to the year 2000. I'm at a trade show.
Yeah.
So this person, generally speaking, they're unwilling. They don't want to. My $100 thing would get you in to say okay, right? So now I'm going to have you experience it. Warm up before you do it. You're going to stand on it, okay? And you can step up. Yep,
regular.
just step up. All right. Now I want you to step off. All right, boom. You're safe, right? You feel comfortable? All right. Now watch this. He's going to smile.
Setting me up for failure right now.
Smile. He's going to smile. All right. So step up on there.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Okay. Okay. Now I want you to just come to your balance. Just stand. Nice, easy. All right. Now look out. Easy. Find your balance. Now I want you to close your eyes. Oh, did I call it? Yes, I did. I did that with thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. I knew in the beginning, if I could get you to smile from something that you learned something. You learned that what is normally a red alarm, like 911, we have an emergency, I lost my balance. It was an opportunity for you to relax. Balance and imbalance, the threat of imbalance makes your body do that, right? If the spider, Now, when I'm in this position, how effective am I as an athlete when I'm here?
Not at all.
Can I move?
No.
Okay, am I literally frozen in my spot and I gotta now drop all that to load the ground? I went opposite. That's a cardinal mistake, and that's the deer in headlights. That's what gets hurt, what gets killed, what don't eat tonight, right? And so this here, the strategy is this. The strategy is invest in the loss and just let your body understand that I can count on itself to drop. And if I get all this, now I can't deal with the situation. This is protection. Solution. Why am I going to get all uptight? Because your nervous system's going to keep you alive no matter what you try and do. Hold your breath until you die. You'll pass out and you're alive, okay? Your nervous system wants you to be alive, and that's why you have these reflexes. And if you let them go out of control where they're protecting you too much, well, then you're limited. And now if you don't understand the training intent, in 2007, I'm going to ask you to come over here, Tom. In 2007, we were instructed that the core muscles don't move the spine as much as they immobilize the spine. Neutral is sacrosanct. I need to brace it because it doesn't generate power. It only transmits power between the ball and socket. Have I laid it on enough? And now my job is to resist any deviation from neutral. I want you to push on me. Right? No, push on me where it's even worse. Yeah, okay, right. No, and no, don't make it good. Just a constant.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right, so right now, push on me hard. No, keep on going that way. So right now, okay? If I were coaching a team and I could have say over what the other team does for exercise, this is what I would have them do. I am so jacked right now. Like, it's hard for me I can't really throw a punch well. I'm all uprooted. What did I do? I just did this. And so that was the narrative, that core stability, you had to keep it stiff, and super stiff was sacrosanct. And then unstable surfaces were bad, like this, the BOSU ball. Now watch. Is it unstable? Yes, but is it stable? Like, if I were to do that on a balance training device, did I break my ankle yet? No, you broke your neck. This thing lets my nervous system have confidence because I can fail safely. With Elite FTS, it is learn, right? You're gonna live and you're gonna learn, and then you pass it on. That's what this is. It's passing it on to guys who are stronger and better men physically. If I were one of the best athletes in the world and I were set on making my own personal accomplishment in the history of athletics, I would share none, zero of my training knowledge. But because my athletic inadequacy, a Division III college football player, because there is no Division IV, thank you, sir, may I have another? Yes, you may. Every step stronger for everyone is as simple as head over foot balance. And the best part is, when you come into like a legendary layer like this has like, this comes from the roots of West Side. This comes from the guy who like took on the charge to sell Louis gear. This stems from an authority where you come to a podcast, you get a shirt and you get a leather notebook made from the finest American leather, that is the belt, that is the notebook, that is the integrity, that is the opportunity. I'm gonna show a BOSU ball exercise right now that will make you stronger through your core and through your entire body. Tom is gonna go through this right here. We're gonna take the BOSU Elite, which is relatively firm, and here's what I'm gonna have you do. You're going to come here and you're going to oppose yourself with the elbows bladed, meaning like 180 degrees. And we're going to set it up so that one side is here and the other side is here. So you're going to landmark your elbow and your hip. Elbow's driving, hip is driving. And then this side, this is the long side, I'm over the top and I'm driving there. And then we're gonna play with here, the front and the back. See how I'm on the front? And now I'm on the back. So you're catching it here, inside, and then you're gonna rotate it and catch it here. So you're gonna get this more than you've ever gotten it.
All right. So here and here?
Yes, I'll show you. This elbow in here.
Right in?
Yes, and this all the way over. This hip drive in. This hip drive in. More angle. Yes. Now, you're getting something good here, correct?
Yep.
I'm gonna show you how to even get it better. Hop out. Now, what I want is we're gonna get spinal engine by viewing the 9th rib here, right where that 9th rib comes. That doesn't move. So the shoulder comes down and back, hip comes up and forward, and at no point in time is that doing this. Right? So I want to differentiate the core at that point so that I have the ability to coil it, which allows me to move it most powerfully.
Yeah.
So if I'm in jiu-jitsu, all this like space, if I give you space, you get me. In movement, if I can take the space away, that's 100% effortless,
Yeah.
right? So now, I'll come on this side, camera's here. I'm gonna come here, and I'm pressing right through here.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and I want it to be like this hip is the hip is driving it.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, on this, I'm gonna come over, and rather than be here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in here. You see how I'm turning the hip to it?
Yeah.
And now, I'm coming. This side goes so long, this side gets coiled so that I have the hip connection to it is that unified core. Yes. Yes.
Against the
and then
hip.
this one, yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Out.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna be,
And now twist.
yes, drive the hip, drive that. There you go. Now, come this way and turn your head the other way, and drive this opposite,
Yep.
head and hip. You're right there. You got it?
Yep.
That's what it is. See this here? He's coiled, just like that. Beautiful. Now, get the other side.
Yep.
Okay. We'll use the honeycomb. Okay, left hand.
Here.
Yep.
Into the hip.
Into the hip. And when you're gonna tilt this hip into it, tilt it other way.
Yep.
That's it. Now make this go that way, so this is long and that's coiled. You
Yep.
got me?
Yep.
Good. Now go as hard as you can. This is long, that's the coil. Beautiful. Perfect. And out. Okay, hop up.
Well, that's a QL exercise right there.
What you're doing, so what you're doing on that exercise is you're saying, okay, I am gonna only be my absolute strongest on one side
Yeah.
if I can funnel everything
Into that side.
into that side.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to hold a Mack truck, I need to funnel it here. I could hold more weight here
Yeah.
than I could here.
Yes.
Here, and then I can switch it to inside, internal, external, internal, external. And so by training this and going maximum tension, you're getting deeper into those regions than you've ever been before. And this region right here and right here, that's Antarctica. People don't know that. When I know how to coil and I can get that, it's like the Bruce Lee kick. Like he's riding it here. It's all Grakovetsky, spinal engine. Shoulder down and back, hip up and forward, and that is the maximum coil position of structural strength for a human body. It just is. I'm the skinny little guy making all the big strong guys stronger. Unprecedented. You ever heard of Marty Gallagher?
Yes.
All right, the Iron Monk, all right? Marty Gallagher. David Weck is unprecedented. It's head over foot. You're not competing against me if you want to win. You're competing with me. That's how you win. It's just, it is, okay? New Jersey just got to Ohio. Liberty and justice, baby. That's right, baby.
that coiled position you kind of mentioned there. I bet if you said to someone like, your car is stuck in the snow and you're on one side of it, what position would you get in to push it? Right?
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Do you get, like, if you put someone...
Okay, we just got a real world example. Like the car, it's stuck in the snow. We got to move it. Yeah, guess what? Well, now you got to actually go do something. It's not 19 soccer players doing this for 6 weeks to figure out what everybody on earth has to do. No, it's let's borrow from the reality that we have something that we want to do that involves this, trying to move that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to go, if you're on one side rather than the center, that's where you're going to be, because you know that's where you can put the most force into the car, right? Yeah.
The key movement is this. You can move heavy weight and you can move yourself, right? It's two different things. I advocate for moving heavy weight, so I'm not one of those functional guys who say, oh, no, never lift weights. I think stronger is better.
Yes.
Right? And if you could pick up more weight off the floor and it's not at the expense of anything else,
yes.
Right? You can just pick that shit. That's good. I'd rather have you be strong. And there's nothing inherently wrong with a barbell.
Yes.
What's wrong with a barbell?
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think that's where people maybe misinterpret these things, though?
I think...
Whereas they think it's, if I do this stuff, that's all I do.
Well, yeah, well, no, here's what... No, okay,
people
but
see
here's
it
what
like
it's...
a microcosm.
The fitness industry is this infantile little... When I was in high school, there was no such thing as a personal trainer. Are you kidding me? When I was in high school, it was the Arthur Jones Nautilus circuit and the squat rack and benches. That's all it was, baby. Blow the whistle. And then I was like, screw that circuit. I ain't doing the circuit. I'm training my own. Right? We did squats. We did deadlifts. We did, I couldn't bench press. Didn't have a right arm. But you got to get strong for the sport of football. Right? You have to get strong. And to get strongest, if I stay bilateral and I get honking strong, and that's really about mastering this torsion. So there really is no flexion extension. It's more about like three-dimensional torsion. Because then suddenly I can move my body strategically, just the volumetric shape and change of the pressure. People talk about a stiff core. I'm saying it's a fluid core. These can be stiff because there's no big watery muscles. This can't be stiff. It has to be pressure. That's what I'm saying, right? So if I'm here and I can volumetrically, oh my God, I just changed. Boom, balance, right? So I have all that. But if I don't go to the absolute maximum that corresponds with this, if I have a stick, I can stab the wolf or the coyote that's trying to get me on the ground, and I can run that way. That is, the fundamental is defending the flank. If we're here fighting, if I can get to here,
you've won.
Well, not yet, but the odds went up, right?
Yeah.
So now, should you get to here, you're in the better position.
Yeah.
We can both agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I cannot twist and get out of this fate, because if I do this, I can't.
That's vulnerable
right?
Anyway.
What I have to do is I have to get to the flank by verticalizing. Right? If I vertical, I'm there. See where I am? I could send your ass that way. From right here, I could literally throw your ass, right? But I'm going that way. Because, whoop, the differentiation.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to throw something, that is, you want to talk about like the differentiation. I mean, it's as far as it can go.
Yeah. Okay.
And then what I care about is stronger. Like, let's see, how much can you deadlift? Do these exercises. Get honking strong. Use elastics, because why did we use the elastic there? Because when you were pressing on that, you reached an isometric limit, but it is an elastomeric. So it's a current. You can't keep the pressure the same. And it's always incentivizing you to give more. And then when when you can make no more progress in terms of the distance of the measure, the intent never ends.
Yeah.
And that's what elastic does.
Yeah.
Elastic amps up intent. There's an urgency with elastics. So when you're compressing elastic balls, there's a supercharging effect that's giving you a post-activation potentiation that is greater than if I were to just do it on a solid immovable.
Yeah. No, I see it. Because, like, you know, something that, say, I would give to a lot of lifters would be like an overcoming isometric against like a pin.
Yes.
Like a regular
Yes.
immovable metal object, right? But
Correct.
how do you know? Because the whole idea is the hot wired nervous system get 100% output or whatever, right?
Yes, yes.
But how do you know they're putting 100% into the pin?
Give me some ammonia. Here, go.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with the elastic.
The elastic.
If you drop from 100 to 98, well, the ball will change.
What I love about the elastics is 100 pounds of force on an elastic is going to get to the ground so much faster than 100 pounds of mass on the gravitational attraction, right? Yeah. And so if it's the same force register, but one has this like current, it's like charge that's excitatory, right? Oh, I'm chomping, I'm ready. Versus the other one, which is just creating burden. Yeah. Right? Burden is important because the more you can handle without burden, the better. But we can't sacrifice the neural engrams have to be routed to efficient locomotion. Otherwise, you're inflating your tire every other week. Maybe every morning you got to go pump up the tire, right? Because you're walking, all right? Let's talk about walking real quick. If I'm going to walk, okay, I'm told in the textbooks that you and I studied and got certified in that walking is a series of controlled falls where each step is a recovery, right? So the textbook walking, I fall and I catch, I fall and I catch, I fall and I catch. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
So I'm falling and catching, right? And it's extremely sagittal, and the whole point is that like I'm out of balance and I'm forced to regain balance, but you're never regained the balance. Because if my spine is straight and my head is not over the foot, that's an unsustainable position. It only has the fallacy of being sustainable because you're passing through it fast enough that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. Because when I'm not balanced and I have this cantilever effect, when I'm on this foot in balance, that low back has to like work to hold it up. And it's so tiny you can't feel the burden. But you can't feel it, who cares? You get a Budweiser out of the fridge, no problem. Thank you very much. What do you mean walking? To not appreciate just how profound it is, to have the physical integrity to comport yourself in the exchange where you get to choose, like, oh, how elegant, how confident am I going to show up to the meeting? Am I going to come in all haste, like out of balance, thinking that I'm so strong and I got to be stiff? Well, maybe you're less effective in other areas of your life if that happens to be the case. And the ace in the hand is this, that when you understand that balanced locomotion, every step is a rep, and you can either do it well or you don't, right? It's one or the other, and there's a lot more other than there is one, which is balanced. When I have that, everything is generative now. I'm not like, I don't have this, like I've tuned in the thing. Can you imagine having like a high definition screen, but the signal isn't clear and you're seeing like these pixels? That's what's happening inside your body below your awareness, and your personal trainer is reinforcing it. That's a difficult thing that we have to have a conversation about. Because if I'm gonna present to you a training stimulus that creates a neural engram that is uprooted and it is dysfunctional in the task of surviving, right? Well, what's the consequence of that? If that is the foundation for what an entire industry has been taught is correct.
With the walking, I like the way you kind of summarize it in that. But I think if you, and I can't remember where I got this from, it might have been like a martial arts teacher like Kung Fu or something like that, where he says to people like, well, I can't coach you because you can't even stand properly.
Yeah, right,
but
right.
He says to
right.
them, he has them stand here, and he's like, your job is to walk to that phone, but it's got to take you 5 minutes to get there. And then the idea is that if you slow it down enough, you can't be constantly imbalanced because you don't have the momentum to hide the faults then, right? So do you find that if you make people slow it down enough, now you're like, so if you can't do it slow, you can do it fast, whatever.
This is the perfect opportunity to talk about how mastering polarities is your best way to capture the most in the middle, right? Soft, hard, right? Slow, fast. Like you said, that if you go slow enough, it will reveal the imbalance so that you physically cannot do that biomechanical strategy because the speed passed through mistakes. Mistakes just being inefficiencies, right? So we don't want that at all, right? So, and the efficiency is so simple to have, and that's where it's just the knowledge is power. Dave formed this whole thing on the principle that I'm going to give people education for free. And these tools are these are the things that allow me to do the things that I have the knowledge to do. Why am I going to lift it this way as opposed to that way? Because of the knowledge and understanding underneath it. The tool is just the tool. And with human beings, we are fundamentally tool users. You'll hear sometimes the holier than thou, I like natural training. I don't like to use any kind of a tool. How do you drink a cup of coffee? Shut up. Shut up. Right? Granddad and grandmom, the winners, why we're here, they were good with sticks and stones and ropes. All right? Get over it. Absolutely. Om. How much did your coffee cost you? I like it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get real. You know what I mean? We're living in such absurd times that I think it's just time to get real. Hunter Thompson, right? Going gets weird. The weird are going to turn pro, baby. We're going to teach people balance. Balance. And listen, I'm a broken record when it comes to the subject because I care about strength. And what's happening to the guys like Dave Tate, right? You have such legacy, right? With a group of such extraordinary people who were just the most competitive people on planet Earth competing over 3 lifts. Your name on the board that's what you wanted. Just the way I play football, where injury or death was superior and preferable to failure. Those guys had that for the weightlifting, all right? And you have, and so you have that type of authority who is agnostic to all things except for the results. And it turns out in life, it's just one of those lessons that keeps on coming home, is that the basics and the fundamentals are the basics and the fundamentals. If there is a structure, there will be a function that coincides with the structure. That's what it's going to do. And to the extent that you don't utilize the structure to do a clean function, run an unclean function over and over and over, and then the structure will suffer to match the function. So it's a slow, burdensome, tiresome thing. 30 years in, you don't even know. But the monkey on your back is just like stiff in a straitjacket. You're not moving well anymore because every single step you took was just that much out of balance. And then anyone knows that those trying to like shave off that last layer of the onion and get it, the world record, gains are so precious at that level. Right? At some point, we have what's called bird shit weight. If a bird shits on the bar, you ain't moving it. And if he didn't shit on it, you'd have lifted it. Right? It reaches that threshold. And so your efficiency will now determine your capacity to go through the long run, because powerlifting greats is a long run. right? It's an endurance event, right? So the cleaner you can do it, the safer, the greater the longevity, and the bigger the total. You're not going to change that competitive guy. He cares about the total. You chop off his right arm, give him the total.
Yeah, absolutely.
Legacy is important to some of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
But it's the same, you probably encounter the same, like, if you start talking like breathing and stuff to those type of people, they're like, yeah, but I don't breathe like that when I do a maximal squat. But yeah, but if you breathe like that the other 23 hours, 59 minutes, you would have better posture, your nervous system would be in a better position, you'd sleep better, and then maybe you can do the max squat better, right?
As we get more and more to the asymptotic ideal, I mean, you're never going to get a human being high jumping 30 feet, right? There is some limit about, 9.58 is pretty fast. You're not going to win with 6.58. You might get 9.51, but so everything that we're doing is just getting more and more closer to what would be limit for this structure. So we have to look at the functional advantages. How do we use the structure? Because the chemistry's easy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, 1 to 3 reps, okay, 12 to 15.
Yeah.
That's chemistry. We got that. But functionality, how are we using the instrument that's going to harbor these muscles and connective tissue skeleton? And if your body is constantly remodeling itself based on the force, which it is, well, then what is the skeletal network? What is that crystalline matrix like? What kind of force are you laying down? If you got that big cat, like, oh, it don't cost me nothing, cheetah don't stretch, I'm confident. What kind of tissue you think I'm laying down? I'm laying down smooth tissue that's going to be fast, unencumbered. But if I'm clunky, I'm walking around, what kind of tissue is my body modeling? The fascia. I'm talking about the matrix, dude. I'm talking about the network. Like, how is the tissue actually being laid down? Is my body experiencing a tensional balance where it just feels, boom, oh, wow, I don't need to warm up? Or is my body feeling like, oh, Jesus Christ? Right?
Yeah.
And the former is a better state from which to, to build.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing with the guys like a Dave Tate, the guys like a Mark Bell. Longevity has never been more important to a power lifter than today versus tomorrow. These guys have abused their bodies. I have a replaced hip. I have a bum elbow from football. These guys, they're in the sport where when you win, okay, meet your next opponent. You're going to lose.
Never ending.
It's like, who's the best? Bring in another one. Because we're going to beat you. Well, we didn't even get to some of the tools, but it's the beginning of a long, prosperous relationship, my friend.
I hope so.
I know so.
Thank you.
I know so. The opportunity to be here is amazing.
Do you do like a closer for that video real quick?
What's that?
Do I do like a closer for that? Or...
Okay. Okay, ready?
Okay. All right, I'm good when you're.
Okay. I hope you enjoyed those internet antics. This is a movement to make every step stronger. Tune in to the Elite FTS podcast for more great stuff. I'm demonstrating a new invention called the hybrid rope. Makes you fast like a speed rope, strong like a heavy rope. Here's what I'm talking about. Tom, you hold this one actually. So basically what the hybrid rope does is it has these elastics. The blue ones are the heavy, those are the light. So when I'm rolling this thing, we do something called flow, which means we don't jump through it. You can jump through it, but we do this thing called flow where we're doing these movements that make you highly athletic and there's no beating the body up. And the elastic on this rope, watch this. Woo! That right there, you're the center of a storm, and the elastics makes it really hard work. And that's what's so fun, is that I could take a rope, okay? When I was in high school, okay, and I started doing this, jumping a rope, right? I got slower, and I didn't jump as high. Slower and I didn't jump as high. So, if you want to float, be a boxer, that's good. But if you're playing football and basketball, this here, where I'm hitting, I'm getting that ability to load load and rotate, load and rotate, boom, boom, boom. So you're learning how to use the hands and the body to come down and up, down and up, down and up. Whereas jumping rope is syncopated. So they're both useful, but this puppy here, Tom, I want to show the people at home. Hold that in your hands just like this.
Like this?
Right hand on top of left hand. Stand right here. Put your left foot in front.
Yeah.
Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna just figure 8 like this.
Okay.
Keep the hand on top here, so don't change,
So
just that.
They're just connected all.
And you're leading figure 8s with your thumbs.
Okay.
Okay? Get that going. Good. Watch the camera because he's gonna be cutting it. Now, I want you to feel very athletic. Turn loose, turn over and let the elbows fly. Good. Now, whoop!
Take.
All right.
So again.
There, right here.
Here. Okay.
So that thumb.
Yeah.
You're just whoom, whoom. And let's actually come right foot in. So you're gonna be in like this. So that's like the lead, this is the jab.
Yeah.
If I come here, it's the cross. See that?
Yeah.
Boom. So we're gonna be in on it there. Okay. So you wanna think, this is a V.
Yeah.
And you're in that V, and you're describing that figure 8 super smooth.
Okay.
All right? Go for it. Yeah. Good. Now keep it that smooth. That up, smooth. Relax and breathe. Good. Now, ramp that so we can hear rope like a beehive, but keep it smooth. Smooth, 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 smooth. Body weight, body weight, body weight. 10 seconds. Now, go fast but smooth. Go, 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 go. 3, 2, 1.
Better.
How'd that feel in terms of just the level of cardio?
Oh, that's pretty high.
It's pretty high level cardio, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's...
Zero impact on the body.
No, it's interesting. It's like an interesting mix of resisting and creating movement at the same time.
That's what happened was, my director of programming at Weck Method is Chris Chamberlain, Eroding Weakness on Instagram and X. He is one of the strongest pound for pound guys ever. Weck Method would not be Weck Method without Chris Chamberlain. And he told me that he was doing this move right here, underhand sneak. We call it the alternating underhand sneak. He was doing it with the Hertz band from Supples or Supple, the wrestling guys. They do great stuff. So he said, my favorite pattern has been alternating underhand sneak with the Hertz band because it is elastic and it had a wind resistance, right? And so I was like, oh, if Chris Chamberlain thinks that that's the best pattern, or he likes it the best, well, I got to explore it. And guess what? It is the ultimate athletic pattern. Yeah. Because what I'm getting is I'm getting this ability to be there when I get there. To boom. And now the fascia, this here, that hand, this is 100% integrated. If I'm gonna throw a ball, I mean, this is just throwing a ball, hitting a ball, just being athletic, feeling good. See, I'm skinny and I'm not strong, I'm not powerful, I'm old, I'm broken, but I feel amazing. And every day's more fun than the other because I'm learning to use what God gave me the best to His glory. You, me, we.
I think it's good just to kind of face back and treat yourself like close to a natural athlete so you can appreciate the diet and the training modalities and you know, rhythm and volume and intensity again. Because when you're on, you kind of lose touch with that, you know, or at least a lot of athletes unless they're under good guidance of a coach. And even then they have the coach to guide them because themselves, it's very hard to do it yourself.